Hello friends and welcome back to Animal Crossing! I am Peachie Llama here on YouTube and today we are finally back on Willowisp. I'm so excited because today is the day we finally get to start building. I've been wanting to build on this island for ages. As of recording this, it's like November 30th and I've waited like an entire month to build because I've been trying to catch you guys up on Willowisp, and guess what? We're already into 2022 and you're just now seeing it. So anyway, I'm so excited for you guys to finally be a part of this island in real time, and this should be probably one of the last videos to get you guys kind of up to speed. There's one other build video, but otherwise I think we're going to be caught up. Today we are going to be working on the entrance to Willowisp, so I'm super excited because I've never had this much space to work with for an entrance build before, so let's get right into it. While I was getting ready to get started, I ran into Lucky, and honestly, Lucky is just as adorable as he is on Wind Lake, and I'm telling you, some of these villagers have the same personalities, right? But I swear there's some of them that just have their own version of whatever personality. Like Lucky is his own version of lazy. I don't know how to explain it, but it's true. Anyway, he gave me a samurai helmet, which I thought was very funny because I was trying to go after Balloon, but I ended up talking to him. And yeah, he thought that would look good with this outfit, so I decided to wear it for the whole rest of the build, as long as at least I could. Anyway, there is one other thing I want to go over before we get started in today's build. I did have one more villager hunt that I filmed after I found Lucky, and I found my dear little witchy ram, Miss Muffy. Unfortunately, I cannot for the life of me find wherever the recording went. I don't understand what happened, but I cannot find it. It was over a month, maybe 2 months ago from when I filmed it. But Muffy is a villager I've been looking for ages, as I know a lot of you have seen me find her on villager hunts and not been able to take her, so I could finally take her this time. I'm so happy she's here, and she will take Agnes's spot eventually, but I think we're going to hold on to Agnes for the longest of the original villagers. Without further ado, let's actually get into the speed build, shall we? So I started with using this path. I'll have the code right here, and then I wanted to really make a centerpiece with these ruined columns and archways because I love the way they look, and I really felt this is a 2.0 build, so let's actually utilize as much 2.0 as we can. I wanted to give some variations, so I have both the broken and just the regular ruined columns surrounding the archway. I always envisioned having like this just space to walk around, so that's what I was trying to figure out, was whether we have like whether it's going to be a castle you go through or if it's going to be a centerpiece in the woods. I decided to make the entrance very woodsy, and once I put in this like rock pool, or whatever you want to call the mystical, like I guess it's the moss pool or something, whatever, moss pond. I don't know what it's called, but the pond thing in the middle with all little mossy lights coming off it, the particles, it just looks so mystical. So I thought it was perfect fit for the very middle of this build. And I wanted to really vary up the pathways as well. And of course, we're interrupted by dear Lolly. Haha. She was like, I want to interrupt you building and I want to go visit your house. So I brought her over to my house and she just kind of hung out, didn't do anything. I think this was one of the first times any villager had asked to come over to my house, at least on Willowisp, I think. But yeah, so I was like, okay, I don't know what to do, I don't want to be rude, but I was in the middle of something, Lolly. So I ended up playing that card game with her, just to wrap it up and show her enough love, hopefully, for joining and coming over. I guessed wrong, but I had a 70% chance of guessing correctly, and the 30% won. Oh well. And so I was leaving and she's like, oh, you ready to go? And I'm like, yeah, I kinda need to go. And then she was so sweet about it. So thanks, Lolly, for being sweet. Back to business. Yeah, I played around a lot with this pathway. I wanted it to be not super necessarily symmetrical, just in a way very unique and not a perfect V, and I don't want it to be perfectly like solid as a path, so I have some little like gapped areas, digging holes to place my trees, so I have an idea of what it's going to look like first, because I tend to alternate between cedar and the regular trees. while I'm setting up the trees and vegetation of this entrance, I do want to remind you guys that I am going to be live streaming this Saturday, January 15th. I don't know off the top of my head right now what time I'll be doing it, but I will let you guys know in the description below, as well in the comments and on the community tab. I am going to be opening up to a Q&A as well, so if you have any questions you'd like to ask me, do leave them in the comments of this video, and I will tally them together to have them ready for the stream. And it looks so good. It looks so good when it's done. I love it. And now we put in the big like beanstalk vine behind everything. I thought that was cool to add just another like mystical, fanciful element into this woodsy area. And I love these moss like boulder things. They look so cool, and I love the variation of colors in them as well. And the decaying tree, I'm so glad they gave us a tree without the pumpkins on them, because I love the way this tree looks, but it was driving me crazy that I couldn't do anything without pumpkins being on them all the time. But this was a really nice touch to be able to make it like a little bit of a spookier vibe, because I think that's important to have. And then I was playing around with the mushrooms because I really want this place to glow. So that's why I think the focus on moss items is really important here. I ended up going with a green, blue, and purple like color scheme. That was kind of the vibe. I end up also adding in some stars here pretty soon that follow the same vibe. Definitely wanted to have the glowing moss actually around. It was too bad that you don't really run over it. It doesn't make the particle look all the time when you're walking through the entrance, but that's okay. You can run through it anyway if you want. I like this so much because it gives me the chance to use different colored flowers as well. So I included like more purple and blue flowers this time as well, which is fun. But here I'm adding in the star fragments, but they're turned into star clocks, I should say. And I alternate the star clock colors to match the mush lamps, because I thought they were all so cute. And I saw this owl custom design, which is amazing. And I used that as the front because I just wanted to add something unique to the front, a little bit of liveliness to it, so I'm really excited about that. And of course adding in those purple and blue flowers that I never got to use before, because none of my islands really went with a bluish color that was that vibrant. And then I wanted to add in some custom designs for dirt and leaves and stones throughout the entire build, because I just like adding that little extra detail to the ground, especially for different builds, just because it makes it feel a little more detailed and not necessarily more cluttered, but I guess a little bit of cluttered. I don't like it to be fully cluttered, but I think it looks good to have some extra detail. It just takes you to another place. And I think that's about it, actually. So yeah, I absolutely adore this build. It looks so cool and so neat to be the entrance to Willowisp, to really make it be mystical and just like an adventure vibe, a little bit of a spooky vibe. I just adore it. I think it's so neat. So this is kind of hopefully giving you guys the vibe for what I want for on the entire island. This is the look I'm going for. We'll see what other creations we can get up to, but I'm really excited about this, and I hope you guys are too. I wanted to include some more waterfalls eventually on the map, so we'll see how exactly I get to decorating this whole island. I'm still trying to figure it out, but so far so good on this entrance. I do have a museum build that I have to film, that I filmed for you guys. I haven't edited yet, but you'll be seeing that soon as well. I hope to see you guys this Saturday for the live stream, and again, I don't know what time exactly I'm doing as I'm recording this, but probably by now I'll have it in the description of this video. If not, it'll be on the community tab, and there'll probably be a reminder going up soon that it will be going live on Saturday, January 15th, the 1-year anniversary of this channel. So thank you guys so much for following along and being a part of this journey. This is just a hobby. It's something I do for fun on the side when I have time, and I don't usually have time, but I've been trying really hard to make time to make some videos for you guys, because I know you guys really enjoy it, and I'm so glad you do. So honored that you guys have felt inspired by some of these builds and enjoy these fun videos with the pizza dog and myself, as well as just everything else we get up to on this channel. Just thank you so much for being here. It really means the world. And with that, I'm actually going to wrap up this video. If you did enjoy it or just want to show some love, please give this video a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to be notified the next time I post. I love y'all so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye!